know nothing about a suit and you put one on that doesn't fit you well, you're kind of like, no, I don't feel amazing in this. And then you put one on that fits you like a glove and you go, oh, I get it. It's like a suit of armour, you know?
G'day everyone, Seb Adam here from Oslo Property. Joining me today with Adam Archer from Bellington Estate, which is where we are today in the studio. How are you today, Adam?
I'm good, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Just wanted to touch on a bit about your business and stuff. Obviously, you got some really nice custom suits, which I'm wearing today.
Looking good.
Thought I'd rep it for you in the video. I know you've got a bit of a history sort of in real estate. Just wanted to touch on that from back in the day. How did that all start out?
You promised me you weren't going to bring this up. I was working in hospitality and I was just pretty burnt out by that after quite a few years, as good as it was. And then I had a couple of people suggest to me, you should get into real estate, like it would suit you. So I did that for a couple of years, and this is a long time ago. The industry was quite different, and it was good and bad, to be honest. I learned a lot of good stuff that I still use today, I guess.
And do you think some of the skills that you learnt in real estate translate into what you do now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think between hospitality and real estate, you've got that ability to read the play with clients, whether it was around the dinner table and they wanted to have a bit of fun and a laugh, or some people just wanted you to piss off and, leave them to their food. And same with real estate, you really, even more so, you need to try and understand, how much a client's got to spend, or how much, they want for their house, or what their real motivations are, or, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So sometimes you don't always get the real story out of someone, but you can kind of see what's going on. Yeah. So it just helps with, everything is sales, so there's an element of that to it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I definitely found that when I came to you, obviously looking for a suit.
Yeah.
You managed to sort of take it out of so much of a salesy type of way, and not so much go into, what do you want? This is what we have. You really sat down, like even look at the studio. It's not like a normal place where you go to get a suit.
Yeah.
You're very loungy, casual, sit down. You even had sparkling water for me when we were here. And yeah, it was just like having a conversation with a mate, which I really liked. We'll jump into a bit of how you translated from real estate into being a tailor. So where did that all sort of end in real estate and start into this?
It's a bit of a windy road, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'd be like so many people in real estate who finish up like pretty despondent and burnt out. So I was going to go into marketing, which is what my degree was, but I didn't want to move to Melbourne with no money. So I ended up working out at a quarry out near Anarchy. I said, I'll give you 2 years, and I was out there for 10.
Wow.
But we had a great relationship, and about halfway through that journey is when I kind of came up with the idea of Bellington and spoke to him about it. I said, look, this is what's going to take me out of here. I don't know when, but they were really good at kind of allowing me to, as the business grew on the side, I could kind of, leave a bit early, go do appointments, and really, transition into that without having to take that leap of faith quite as, harshly as it might have been. So that's kind of how it came about. When I was in real estate and I was wearing suits, and I'd go and buy something off the rack and spend $800 and I think I was a big dog. Back in the day that was a chunk of change. And then I actually went overseas to Thailand, and a mate had recommended this tailor. So I got a couple of suits and they're like $150, but they were awesome. And the quality was awesome. They stood up for a long time. And then I started working remotely with that tailor, just for myself. I'd send him an old one, he'd copy it. So then they kind of got this remote thing going on. And then mixing the hospitality background, because like you said, you come in, you have a scotch and an experience, as well as coming out with an incredible suit. Was kind of the foundation of it, I guess. Yeah,
100%. Sounds like sort of everything you've done in the past really complements your business now. So how long's Bellington Estate been going for? How long have you been doing this on your own?
It's nearly 10 years actually, but certainly not in its current format. So I started it just doing like friends and family, I guess. But then I had the pretty ignorant idea that I'd just have an online business, and then you just sit at home and money would just flow in the door, and basically drop ship stuff, and your clients would measure up online and stuff like that. And whilst some businesses do that successfully, that misses a big part of what makes it great. It's like, your charcoal suit, for example, that's a high twist wool, and then to try and explain that to you in a picture would be impossible, because of the nuance of the fibre and how it presents and feels and drapes and stuff like that. And plus the experience side of things is actually probably nearly my most favourite part. A good friend of mine owned Bottles and Barrels at the time on Aberdeen Street, and he had this wine bar and they had some licensing issues. They'd set the whole place up, but they couldn't run it as they wanted to. So it was kind of a bit underutilised. So I ended up measuring clients up there because originally I'd just would sometimes go to the house and the dog would be barking, the kid would be there, and the whole experience was garbage, right? So then I'd be at this wine bar and we'd have a beer there, and it was cool, you know? And you could see people enjoying the experience. So that was when I was like, oh, I need to make a cool space and, you know, make it not retail-y like you said, and inviting and put people at ease. Because it's kind of an intimidating process to go and buy a suit. And often you go to a retail space and it's like, oh, here are our navy suits. You've got 2 options. Yeah. This is your size. Yeah, that looks great on you. And you're like, oh, does that? And then you buy and you're not 100%. Yeah. So having the whole kind of everything work together works well.
So I know myself when I came through, literally had not met you before, got recommended from a friend. He actually wore some really nice suits, and I remember asking him, oh, where do you get your suits from? Like, I need to get some new ones. And he said, Adam at Bellington Estate. Just off the bat, it was like a reflex for him. And obviously I came through and you helped guide me. You didn't tell me exactly what to get, but I let you know. I said, I want something sort of for summer, coming into the hotter season, really light, fits well. You guided me along a lot on the colours. I got to pick the styling of the suit, no belt, all those sort of really little details. You guided me through without telling me what I should get, which I thought was really good, and the experience overall I would highly recommend. Did you want to sort of talk us through how you evolved your client experience from having your fitting room in your mate's wine bar to now having what you have here, and how you go about your business and all the rest?
So I think it's a good point. I appreciate the kind words. Like a big part of seeing a new client is no different to a listing presentation for you, I imagine. Say if I set aside an hour, I may not use the whole time, but a good portion of that initially is just talking a bit of chat and getting to know the person, and then you get a feel for their personality and how they go about things. Are they a very stiff and kind of straight regimented person? Are they whimsical? Are they athletic? Whatever it is that they need, and some of those properties are relevant to the suit. Like you said, you explained to me what you need, and you've got very little understanding of suits. Like no one does. Like it's not a skill that we're taught at school, right?
No,
I don't mean that derogatorily, but like it's not like you finish high school and you do suits 101 and then you get an idea of like the different cloths and the fits and what's going to be useful for you. So then I kind of talked through some options. All right, so you're wearing it in summer. I remember sweating my ass off putting signboards out, and the world keeps going. It doesn't matter what the weather is. With that in mind, I was thinking, all right, we need something that's going to be cool. You're in and out of cars a lot, so we needed something that was going to have a little bit of natural stretch, so that it, you're not going to blow your pants out, and it's going to wear with you. So that led me to think of a high twist wool, which is what you're wearing, right? So that, because of the way the fiber's twisted, it has a little bit of stretch. It also is more of a basket weave, so the air kind of permeates well. So it's actually very cool to wear in summer, and it is comfortable traveling and stuff like that, it doesn't crease. So for you, you're in a charcoal suit, but you could have been in a much warmer, stiffer charcoal suit, without having understood that, right? So a big part of it is just getting to know the person and really trying to understand what they need for their suit and how it's going to work for them. Complementing that is just making it a pleasant experience, So like you said, the little 1%ers, like anything like sparkling water or a whiskey, or just taking the time to get to know them. It goes a long way. If you build it in a considered way, your wardrobe, you can get these things that work complementary. I think a lot of guys end up having, they'll wear this navy suit with this shirt, and then they'll wear this charcoal suit with this shirt, and they'll wear this tan suit with this shirt, whatever. But they've only got 3 outfits, Whereas if they had thought about that in a more considered way, then you'd have a charcoal that could be paired with the navy, and then, maybe a brown that goes with the navy and the charcoal. So then you've got all these different things that can kind of work together. You've got a nice polo shirt on today, which is giving you a slightly more relaxed look. So you can kind of put those little things in, and you've got this, very big wardrobe with minimal outfits.
Obviously, we've covered a fair bit of what's in the past and what's sort of happening, but what's next in regards to your business, the studio and everything else?
So just at the end of last year, literally a couple of weeks before we finished up, I opened this new studio space here. So the focus, I guess, is just settling in and kind of promote it a bit more and make it more of a hub, I guess. The community involvement is something I really want to promote, and get a real sense of Bellington being a space to enjoy. So you'd be things that I couldn't do at my old studio because it was a bit small, but have whiskey tasting nights and VIP nights and all those kind of things where I can really activate this beautiful space. So I'm looking forward to adding that element to the business, this year moving forward.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having us, Adam. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming in. Pleasure.